Hello, my friends. It is I, Rob, once more here in the lair, and I have some coffee, and I'm here to chat. So let's do this. So, 100 subscribers, yay! 101, thank you, Dell, for jumping on. Very exciting time that doing a lot of different things. I've just learned how to use Photoshop. I've never really played with it before, so I'm going to be doing hopefully more professional looking intros and things, although I still do love my video intros where I, view over a panorama that I use for my Lair of Omnici and things like that. A matter of fact, I'm thinking about going back and redoing the Lair of Omnici for the new season, and I think I'm going to go back to making a visually interesting crawl and a progression showing, where we started and where we're going with the channel. It should be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to rebooting, because I really have fallen out of my habit of doing Lair of Omnici videos, which was the whole purpose behind what I do. I've been so sidetracked with all these different things. It's kind of hard to throw just one thing here and one thing there and one thing here and feel any kind of continuity. I can only imagine what it feels like for anybody who watches my things. So we're going to try to do the following. We're going to try to have a minimum for the first week of each month going forward from this point on. A Lair of Omnici. Proper Lair of Omnici, covering some useful topic to role-playing games in general. Just like I used to do. The first ones were welcome to the hobby. I did, and this is what role-playing is like. I moved up to a couple of common themes like dealing with death and disease and things. And then I went into how to game master, which is the hardest thing in a role-playing game, is learning how to take all of the different tools and pieces and put them together into a cogent game. That was pretty good. I've kind of browsed through some of my older stuff lately, and definitely would have done things a little differently now. And now that I have more resources, I might go back and redo that. But a lot of that depends on feedback, so if you think I should, then I'm open to it. With the new intro and everything that I'm doing, the next video that I intend to put out, probably at the end of this week, will be my Dungeons and Darkness video, where I will be looking at crossing over different games, starting out 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons and Massive Darkness, my board game from Cool Minis or Not that I got through Kickstarter, but it's available in most of your game stores now. It's a fine game with some interesting elements, and I think that taking the resources you get from a game like that and finding ways to repurpose them and put them into other games just makes your entire collection more useful. I'm not saying that everybody should run out and get Massive Darkness, although the miniature, the cost of the unit for the amount of miniatures that you get, you do get a lot of nice miniatures, and the game is nice, simple, tactical, roleplay light, which is, it's nice to be able to whip something like that out. It's also DM-less. You don't need to have one person who's just running things. Everybody can participate. That's why it's kind of one of my favorites for a rainy day kind of thing, where I don't have all my players. I bought it basically as a safeguard against that, so that we can all play together. And so I think that with those elements, I paid a tidy sum for them, I haven't been using them as much as I wanted to. And also, now that I'm getting back into painting, I've got a lot of miniatures to paint. Not least of which because I just backed that Reaper Bones 4 Kickstarter with a couple expansions, so I have a lot to paint. I'm going to have to try to enlist the help of some of my players for that, so that'll be interesting. I will show off some of what I have done on that in a future video, so if I think I've done anything good. I did record myself doing a lot of the painting. I might put up a short, truncated video with a lot of edited stuff showing different things that I do and try. But I wasn't a master painter or anything, so nothing that I do is all that revelatory. you can certainly get by much better with the pros who have their own YouTube channels. But yeah, Dungeons of Darkness is coming out. I also have my next video series that I'm working on an intro to called Omnisci Takes on the Universe. The first episode is filmed. I'm just working on an intro for that. If I get ahead of schedule, I might be able to put that out this week too, which would be cool. I've got several videos that are shot. I just, the intros and the editing and, like I said, learning the Photoshop and stuff should put me in a position to do better going forward with those. So that's cool. The biggest challenge to what I've been doing lately has been, unfortunately, rediscovering City of Heroes. Massively multiplayer online role-playing game with superheroes that I absolutely love. I loved it a lot back in the day. Now that I've gotten into it again, which you can do yourself. City of Heroes Homecoming. It's free to download. It has its own launcher called Tequila. And yeah, it's 4 private servers. So far I haven't heard that they've been sued by NCSoft, who is notoriously litigious, so good luck to you guys, but it's an awesome game while you've got it. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. So unfortunately that's taken away from some of my productive time, so I really have to get back on track for that. With hopes of ever getting anything written, getting stuff painted, and getting videos out for you, on top of the campaign that I am running. Yeah, busy all the time. I will say, though, now I only have one campaign to worry about in my real-life tabletop game. I am now playing, which means that I only have half the State of the Dungeon addresses to catch up with. Fine. But I'm going to try something new for the new character that I have because I'm really excited to get to play. And you'll see the fruits of that pretty soon. The new character is my Goliath Barbarian, Galhard, also known as Pyrite, because he's kind of dumb. Not book learning dumb. He's capable of picking up stuff, and fortunately the DM let me have a backstory where I had a month of time spent with a bard who could have shown him a lot of the things for other races other than Goliaths, who tend to be, it would seem a little bit more crude in terms of social mores, so I don't have to act like a complete goober from the hills, which should be fun. I am really looking forward to that game. Unfortunately, we didn't really get the ball rolling in our session 0, so I had a very little intro. Got my character over with the dungeon master, and after that, yeah, everybody else got their characters made. It was weird though, because I'm sitting over in the player's chair when I always sit right here in my DM spot, so that was odd, to say the least. But cool. I enjoy playing. I do enjoy dungeon mastering more, but I recognize that dungeon mastering takes more out of me, and I do need a break from time to time. And I'm very grateful for my player, Greg, who stepped up and offered to run the game, and I'm very happy to do so. This is a character that I've thought about for over a month now. That's a cool character concept. If you didn't see it, I did a character witness for him. I will do another 5th edition character witness though, because that's only one way of making characters, and it was a little bit different from the norm. So we'll definitely be doing another one of those in the very near future. Yeah, a lot of exciting things. I have another video series. The weather warms up a little bit. Some of this I want to shoot outside. I'm blessed because I am surrounded by a variety of diverse biotypes. I've got some prairie, I've got some swamp, I've got some forest, I got some hilly areas. And so I can do some outdoor shots to support other series that I have in mind. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I found this really excellent trail, and I thought one thing that would be interesting to do would be to look at game numbers, like how far a person walks in Dungeons and Dragons by their movement rates, and then demonstrate that on video, so that people can see what all is encompassed when somebody says you can move 30 feet around. 30 feet every 6 seconds. How fast do you have to go to get to that point? Is that dashing? Is that sprinting? And so it'll help, I hope, to help the imagination of dungeon masters and players when I can, on video, respond. This is 30 feet. How long does it take me to cover this at this much of a walk? So if your character moves, say you have a monk who moves 45 feet per round, we'll stake out 45 feet, and I'll cover how fast you have to be moving to get 45 feet in 6 seconds. So that, again, it'll help the dungeon master and other game masters, appreciate those differences. And we'll do that for a variety of games, I think. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I just have to figure out which series I'm going to do that for. Probably my Omnicide Takes on the Universe, which could be fun. I just put out an Ask the Wizard. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Looking back on it, I miss my beard. Cadrian does not seem the same with the stash and my little goatee. It's really weird, and I don't know, how many of you in the audience ever dealt with anything like this, but your body image changes with something like a beard. You get used to yourself a certain way, and when I shaved it off, it was very different. And now, with the mustaches, I've gotten some time to kind of get used to them. And every once in a while, my wife laughs at me because I'll sit there and it's actually a grooming thing to twist my mustache and get it out of my mouth, which is useful. I'm not quite to the point where I'm ready to go get some mustache wax and preen it out like a silent movies era villain or anything like that, but I do things for when I role play in that aspect. So, Dirk Casterly, I do more things with my mustache because that's his image. So that is that's certainly a thing. Just weird things that come to mind. Maybe it's the hat that's got me thinking about Dirk. Speaking of which, another thing we're going to be doing moving forward on this week is we are going to be working on the mini quest thing that I promised you. And again, I didn't give out a lot of details. As a matter of fact, when I talked about it on one of my Facebook channels, one of my subscribers, and if you're watching, John, yeah, more details will be coming. I will be introducing it in its own subcategory, sub-channel, on my Lair of Omnicide channel on YouTube. I will introduce it as Omnicide, as the narrator. Dirk will be there for that. And I'll outline the rules, the mechanics, and set off the adventure. And after that, it'll be up to the viewers to participate or not participate. I hope you participate. I'm going to do this and hopefully have a fun game all of you can enjoy. I know every time I put out a video here, like 16 people get reached by it or what have you. I'd like to see more of the people who have subscribed to me come in here and take a look at my Facebook channel so that you can tell your friends and pick it up and we can get more people in and make it more interesting and more exciting. I don't want to be the lamp, the lit lamp that's kept under the bushel basket. I'd rather people see the different fun things that I want to do with you guys. So spread the word. Tell your game master, tell your players, tell whoever. It's a fun channel and you guys can have a direct impact on it. So good times. Weather is getting nice. Thoughts are turning to being outside, but I'm going to be cooped up inside a bit because I got a lot of work to do. This is just a quick touch base with all the things that I've got going on. I hope, I hope that it gets you a little excited for the things that are coming up. I think that we'll be improving and getting better and having a more diverse range of things. Of course, I'll take input into account. If anybody wants to talk to me about, what doesn't work for you, what you've seen and has annoyed you, that's one of the things. Is, everyone's like, put your comments below, and then they'll tell people, I don't just need I don't want comments only about what this video is on. Tell me whatever is on your mind. Okay, what you'd like to see, what you saw on another site that you think could be improved upon, or call outs and stuff like that. I have no problem at the very least making a Coffee with Rob video about any topic you'd like to bring up. And if it's something that needs to be delved into deeper on possibly a different channel, I can do that as well. So I am optimistic for where we're going forward. I hope that you enjoy and stay along for the ride. Tell your friends and let this spread, and maybe we can get some people in and get excited about gaming and share some games together and have a good time. So, I'm Rob. Thank you very much for tagging along today. I will see you all very soon, and stay tuned to the Lair of Omnicide. I got a lot of new stuff coming out. Going to work very hard and get out a lot of good content for you. So thank you again, and may you have many successful and safe adventures. Farewell.